Welcome to the Building on Purpose TubeCast, where contractors share how they build with intention, purpose, and impact.
I read Traction. Well,
What are you? What is your love language in business? No, what are This you show is
fine.
proudly sponsored by
Oh
our
man.
partners at property.com.
So I read through Traction,
Yeah.
and by read I mean I listened to Traction, which
Okay,
is
yeah,
not
yeah.
the way to do that book. But I honestly couldn't even come back to you with an answer on that one. I know what my love language is and stuff with my wife and things, like
Yeah.
that's words of affirmation.
Yeah, that
But
I
I
jokingly say, what's your love language within the EOS system? Because there's the visionary and then there's all the other ones. Now, I've got them all and I'm looking at them in my bookshelf. I got Traction and EOS and Get a Grip. And man, my vision's really good for my age. I can see them like 20 yards away. I'm reading them all. Here's my problem, John. I love buying books. Hold on, it gets better. I love buying books. And my problem is I get so excited about buying books that I buy them and then I'm like, I read like a chapter and then I get excited about another book.
Well, last time I saw you, I actually finished listening to a book on the plane out to Colorado. So,
What was your last book?
oh boy, let me see. It was The Seven Power Contractor by Al Levy.
Okay. I heard he's really good. Now, Tommy Mello, I believe that it was his kind of
Yep.
mentor and coach. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, great. Tommy's a good guy.
he's a very smart guy. He moves way faster than I ever could, man.
He moves fast. And he
Sure.
came from a very humble beginning. I've known Tommy for years, and he hired his mom, and his mom helped him build A1. But
Hmm.
man,
Connected phones.
scaling a 350 million dollar garage door company
Hmm.
tells you that the riches are really in the focused niches, right? Like
100%.
I had a great, and by the way, welcome to the Building on Purpose TubeCast, where we don't call it a podcast, we call it a TubeCast because people just watch this on YouTube. So welcome, John. Those
Well,
of you
thank you for
watching,
having me,
those
Chris.
of you watching, Jon Starry from Steadfast Roofing, and we just jump into things here. We are already in the green room. So here is a story of Marty Toma, and I interviewed him. He's a good friend of mine. He sent me a picture when we met back in 2019 with both of our bald heads at an event in Texas when I was just falling in love with software and automations and funnels and stuff like that. And I met him at the event. So here's Marty's story. Marty was in the remodeling business, and he had his office assistant had a stack like this, and there was a stack like well, I don't know how to do this well on the camera. A stack like this. And Marty said, "Hey, what's that small stack?" And she goes, "Well, that's all of our patios that don't require permits." And he
Hmm.
goes, "Well, let's stop doing that and let's do that." So to tie this into this story making sense, somebody like Tommy Mello in garage doors and building an empire nationally and really helping a lot of contractors out, by the way. Tommy, hats off to you. Maybe I'll get you on my TubeCast here, but Marty went all in on patios and his life became better because he didn't have all these permits and he didn't have people yelling at him about kitchen cabinets and the color of the granite counters and the long 6 month process to do a remodel and renovation. Now he just goes out there and builds beautiful Denver patio masters. He just does that. That's what he does really well. So, any contractors listening to this, you can turn this off now. We don't even need to interview John. You've got enough out of it. See you later.
Absolutely.
So, John, why don't you tell me to shut up and start telling us a little bit of story about, let's just go back to how you built, Steadfast. Give us a little bit of your history, man.
Well, it didn't start out well. Um, I really kind of
Hmm.
started this whole thing because of the need to be able to provide, right?
Yep.
Um, but there's also almost like a greater sense of, providing a service that people really can kind of like look at and appreciate every single day. I mean, we are really doing something awesome. And I'm not just talking about my company. I mean, any company that actually can come in and better the life of somebody else. I mean, it's so freaking rewarding. Like it really, really is. And dude, I gotta be honest with you, Chris. Like I hate doing these darn podcast things or tube casts
Yeah.
just because like I always listen to myself afterwards and I'm like, oh my gosh, man, I sound so boring. I wouldn't even want to listen to me. But I do like you though, man. You keep things really spicy and entertaining, and you have such tonality in your voice that you're exciting to listen to sometimes.
Well,
But
then maybe someone will learn something because
the passion,
I love listening to me.
the,
I could
the
listen to
passion that
me.
you bring to something as boring as like what I would consider boring, like finance, right?
Yeah. Oh
Nobody
God.
gets excited, but dude, you are like the absolute goat in this industry in regard to, talking about financing and really educating contractors about financing. But anyway, back to what got me going. I had done a bit of this stuff, like all kinds of home improvements and things up in Pennsylvania.
Wait, well,
You know,
let's define Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania's big. What part of Pennsylvania?
South Central Pennsylvania. So I lived in New York, and I grew up outside of Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
But um, so I got a taste of it all up there. And then whenever I moved down here to Florida, I kind of made it a full-time gig, but I stopped dabbling in anything other than roofing
And
down
what
here.
part of Florida are you in? I think demographically it helps to our audience in case they ever
Yep.
want to bump into you,
Tampa,
buy you a coffee.
Tampa Bay, Tampa Bay.
Beautiful. Okay.
Best part of Florida, in my opinion.
You know, I used to live in Tampa.
Okay.
I lived
I,
off
I
of,
knew you lived a little further south of me,
yeah,
like
well,
more
it was
Miami
all
area,
over
right?
Tampa. That's where I met my wife, kind of in
Okay.
Brandon. And I lived in off of Florida Ave
Okay.
in Seminole Heights, right in the city.
I actually just bought a house that we are doing a flip on not too far away from there. So,
That area has grown
exciting.
incredibly.
Very much
So when
so.
did you, so you got into the stuff up in the PA and then you brought yourself down to the Tampa area.
Hmm. Was tired of the gray skies up north, and I wanted to get away from that and closer to some palm trees. So here we are. But I work for a number of different contractors down here. I'm not going to mention any names or bash anybody or anything like
Yeah.
that. But, I mean, end of the day, um, pretty much every single one of them, as they got to a certain size, and I'm not going to say everybody, but they really stopped caring about the people that they were serving, and they
Yeah.
they really just started looking at things more of like, all right, well, how much profit's there, or they looked at the money side of things more so than they looked at the actual situation and the person that they're helping. And you know, I want to be on the other side of that. And now, money is obviously what keeps the doors open, and it is very, very important to the longevity of the business. So don't get me wrong there. But if you don't do the right thing in challenging situations, that will roll down to you and it will negatively impact your reputation faster than you actually stepping up and doing the right thing, right? So
Yeah.
I would much rather lose a couple $100 here and there, do the right thing for somebody, and then have them be an advocate for my company and
Yeah.
promote us. And you know, if people stop losing sight of that, the doors will definitely open, and you more than make up what you lose on that one on every single one that they refer you to,
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just doing the right thing and the right, whenever you get faced with those situations, it really plays well to your reputation, how you're viewed online, and just digging up referral business. Sometimes, like whenever you're not even expecting it, like it comes at the most opportune times when you're like, oh man, our production calendar is not as built out as I'd like it to be. And then boom, your phone rings and the person you did the right thing for
Yeah.
refers somebody over to you. It's crazy how God works.
So, and as a contractor, I know this as a business owner. There's some nights that I sleep really, really, really well, but I've never not gone to sleep because of the core philosophy of what we try to do in this industry by helping contractors with finance and training, the financing solutions, our support services to contractors. We're not perfect, but the nights that I go to bed, it's never we did something really not good in the Improvifi business, it's usually like me, I can't sleep because I'm visioning something that I'm trying to build. It's never me just going, wow, we took advantage of somebody today. It's always like we wake up and our entire team, our client success managers, me, Tiff down the hall in the CFO seat, our operations people, everybody's so dialed in. And I think this goes to your point. We're dialed in on just helping contractors win. Now, there's a lot of things that we do to do that, but that's our core fundamental philosophy each day here at our company. So, by you saying in the beginning of the conversation, hey, look, we're just really proud of what we do, and we really want to help these people with their roofs or the roofing systems because we do a good thing. Is that something that's ingrained into the philosophy of all your teammates? Like, is that part of like, and it's not just freaking words on the wall. It's not words of affirmation. It's literally, we do this to our core, and that's how we show up different at Steadfast.
So I think so. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't matter who really shows up to that inspection appointment or anything like that. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter which crew I have assigned to actually produce the work. Um, the experience from estimator to estimator and crew to crew is going to be, one and the same across all of
Okay.
them. And
Right.
so I very much try to keep that, tied in, and like we have site supervisors overseeing everything to ensure that, things are actually happening the way they're supposed to happen,
Okay.
keeping crews on the actual jobs by ensuring that they have everything they need there to actually complete the project in the time frame that we actually want to complete it within. And really, I mean, this whole season has just been a season of us really polishing those processes and just improving that across the board.
Wow.
Um, we made so many different changes recently in regard to how we actually produce jobs. Like we implemented a system to prevent like even any nail kind of touching the ground at this point by using toe boards along the eave edges and things. And granted, do no no do no, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Do no nails touch the ground? No, that's impossible.
Yeah.
But um, we do definitely help with by implementing those things. It has
Yeah.
definitely helped clean up time that actually goes into producing each and every one of those jobs, and it's really been a game changer for us.
So, do your estimators in their presentation explain to the fact how you do things different with these solutions?
Yep.
That's
From
so it's all about, well, it's not all, but it's part of explaining the differentiating factors of why to hire Steadfast Roofing than maybe somebody that's unlicensed in a white, scary van.
well,
Hey, do you guys do roofing? Yeah. And we have free candy.
oh my goodness.
Do you guys finance? No, we can't spell financing.
But
I love it,
we
man.
we do definitely go through an education process with
Yeah.
people. We want them to know, I mean, a roof is a roof, end of the day. But we want them to know why we use the products that we use because we feel that they actually hold up better than some of the other manufactured products here in Florida. Up in Pennsylvania, we were installing completely different stuff. Uh,
Yes.
Wind is very, very important down here, and the ability for a roof to resist that. Like those are just things that, a lot of manufacturers say that they have unlimited wind speed warranties, but whenever you read into the fine print of that stuff and you really dig into it, you find out how many exclusions there are actually in those warranties. And I don't want to fib to somebody. I want to be upfront with them and transparent from the very get-go.
Yeah,
And
so in Pennsylvania, you had ice dams. Down here, you got damn hurricanes.
that's right, man.
How many hurricanes have you been through over in the Tampa regions? Yeah.
Well, I mean, we got hit with what, three over the past 3 years.
Yeah.
So fortunately we caught a break this year.
Yeah.
So
Now, are you predominantly retail or are you kind of
we are
50-50? Okay, gotcha.
we are
Cool.
darn near 100% retail. Um, we don't want to get caught up in between. And our whole mantra on that is, I mean, why insert ourselves between the policyholder and the
Yeah.
insurance company, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
The only
man.
thing that we're really going to do is lock in their choice of what contractor they decide to use.
Yep.
And end of the day, I want them to pick us because they want us to replace the roof, not because they're forced to.
Yeah, I love that. It's different, man. I love it. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I have an open extending arm in our training thing there to train contractors. And I won't name them. I had nice private training today. It's just contractor in Scoville, and it's just one-on-one training. At the end, it's beautiful Q&A. And they asked me three great questions that I haven't been asked before, and I had to go get the answers from lenders. So it really was worth something because at the end of it, I learned something as well, which was really
Right.
great today. But I said, hey, who's on the call? Because I saw like 15 people in there, and he's like, well, that's Ernie, and I'll make up his name. That's our production guy. I said, what does he do? He goes, well, after she goes out and sells the job, she doesn't build roofs. And he pointed to the gal. He goes out there and sets up, the process, the communication, and the expectations. I said, oh, he's your five-star guy. And and the guy goes, what the hell does that mean? I go, he's the guy that goes out there and sets up the expectations that you're going to get a five-star review. And they kind of looked at me weird, like, Chris, we're here for finance training. What the hell are you talking about? I said, no, no, no. You're here not for financing. You're here to earn five-star reviews that get you more referrals from church, work, and school and get you complete repeat business process and system for the rest of your life. Financing is just one of these little tiny parts in it that helps you do that. And they were just like, what? We just hired you for financing, man. So we got off the call and he was like, dude, that really made sense. Yes, because your people show up, whether they're the inspector, their production manager, to go, hey, look, we're going to build a roofing system. It's going to be amazing. We're going to explain our value stack selling system on why we're great. But really, what we're here to do is this: it's to make sure that you're really a happy customer at the end, and we put a damn good product up there. And here's the process that we're going to do to earn that five-star review. Do you agree? And he said, yeah. I said, so at the end, when you're doing the final walkthrough, you can revert back to when you said, when you met us, I said, so Mr. Smith, did I earn a five-star review? Did we do exactly what we told you? Yeah, great. Well, here's my phone. Leave me a five-star review. Like he started laughing. He's like, is it that easy? I said, yeah, you know how hard, John, you'll appreciate this. Do you know how hard it is to give somebody a one-star review in front of them when you've asked them if you've earned it and they said yes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's beautiful.
So ask for the five-star review, but do the job to earn the five-star review.
But that's the beauty of like some of the people in this industry, though, I mean, we don't all need to look at one another as competitors and things. There's so
Oh.
much we can take away from one another. I mean,
Mhm.
um, I just changed up one of the automations that I have built into my CRM system based off of something that I picked up from another contractor up in, Southeast Ohio.
Yeah.
And I mean, it all starts with framing up that job to
Yeah.
result in a five-star review. The moment that they sign, you should already be getting that idea of leaving a five-star review in their head. Um, and then after the job is paid and closed, sending out another reminder like, hey, my end of year review is based on feedback that I receive. I would love it if you would leave us a five. Those are just like little minute details that, unless you hear it from somebody else or you take these tidbits away from others, I mean, you're not going to think of everything on your own. And it's not our job to, reinvent the wheel whenever it comes to something as simple as roofing,
No.
but we can definitely take things away from one another to provide more polish to the experience that we as contractors provide to everybody. So
The
that's a
cus you
huge,
are oh, you talking about the customer for life program?
that's
Yeah.
that's a dream.
Do you have and that's the beautiful thing about you're at RSRA when I just saw you there last month, right?
Yeah.
We've got these beautiful, unbelievable communities where people learn from each other, they
Mhm.
share to each other, they borrow and go, wow, that's a great idea. I'm going to implement that in my business. And even in some markets, people compete against each other. And my philosophy was really weird for a long time, John. And I think when you and I first met was at Building Success. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. I didn't know how to say your name properly. And you corrected me, and I've never said it wrong since. I used to think I compete against lenders that aren't in my portfolio and I'm not partnered with. My mentality in 2020, is it 26 or 25?
It's 25 still.
In 2025, my mentality changed. It changed from compete to collaborate.
Yeah.
And my wife what do you mean? What's this collaboration thing that you keep talking about in your videos? I said, well, I look at it this way. John may be using a lender over here because he likes their three programs because of X, Y, and Z. Maybe it's OEM manufactured by who cares? It doesn't matter to me. But if John's salespeople love those three programs, who the hell do I think I am to come in and take something that they love, mess up their sales process, screw them up, make them confused? Why not take this plus what John's team loves and collaborate with this other lender? And if they're getting 60% of the business, let's go help him get that other 25.
Yep.
So my mentality's changed from compete to collaborate. Whereas, hey, let's work together with what you're working with now and see if we can go pick up more market share and help more people. Because I know that all the lenders don't do what we do. They don't have credit repair. They don't have a buy deeper program to 550. They don't do personal loans in case you actually have to go outside of the house and have a family member help. They don't do secured loans to $400,000 with no dealer fees. I know that our portfolio is different, but I also know that we can plug it into another lender that you've got that you love, and we can go get more business together to help more people at the point of sale. So, because of that mentality, we're now doing exactly what you love to do. It's to help contractors help more homeowners at the point of sale with affordability. That
Yep.
was a big shift for me this year to stop being the Andy Frisella putting your foot on the throat of the competitors type of a mentality. It doesn't work. It's gross. It's just gross. I don't feel like I ever need to ever talk bad of anybody in the industry anymore because it doesn't make you look good. It makes you look like weak. Weak. Like, dude, why are you bad talking a $2.2 billion bank? Who the hell do you think you are? It's the industry's changing, man. And I think that more and more guys like you that are sharing, like even today, anybody listening to this is picking something up that'll help them, you know?
That's the hope, right? But I mean, even those bad guys, they end up getting found out about eventually, right? It doesn't
It,
need to come from my mouth. And
no, no.
I just try to exit myself from all that stuff and just keep my head down and stay focused on what's important and what's ahead of me, right?
Yeah,
Uh, but man, I mean, what you're doing over there at Improvifi is absolutely beautiful though too, man. I mean, you are, if you think about it, you are at the infancy of your company.
yeah,
And
yeah,
like where you have taken it from the start to where it is now and like where it's going to go is I bet you if we look in on this thing in another 2 years, it's going to look completely different
yeah.
and even more streamlined and even more polished and even more integrated and tied into like what other people and dude, you got a heck of a noggin on you, man. So
It's something
you're
else.
gonna take it great places. I know that.
It's something else. It's different. You know, there was no playbook. I couldn't copy another company because it didn't exist.
Yep.
It just, there was no playbook. There wasn't like I was going to go sell generators and there was a generator super center here that I could go, oh, that's how you go and sell a generator? Well, cool. I'm going to open up Chris's generators. There wasn't a playbook for this thing. But what there was this. There was the fact that I put so many freaking years working for lenders. And I was like, man, why can't we offer a secured loan for somebody that wants to use equity in their house? If I had a finance company, I'd do that. Why can't we do credit repair for people that have a 400 credit score so we can help them get a good credit score so they can come back and buy from us? All I did is kind of go, what are the things in the industry that are missing from the lenders that are out there right now that I can create at this entity to try to help John help more homeowners at the point of sale? So it was like this reverse engineering psychosis to build Improvifi, and we're doing everything we can to grow the company from within without.
So there was this really neat little, I can't share a whole lot about it, but David Goggins did like a prezo with the RSRA about how you can use Claude to kind of walk people through the product that would best suit what they're looking for.
Yeah.
Like, how powerful would that be implementing something like that into Improvifi, right? So just asking a quick questionnaire, guiding them to the right loan for them, whether it
Yep.
be secured or unsecured,
Yep.
and giving them the terms that they're looking for just based off of a questionnaire, and
Yeah.
then going through that qualification process straight through that.
Do you know
Um,
that we built that? Do you know what it's called?
what's that?
The first iteration of this was built a year ago,
Okay.
and it was called Hey Chris.
Oh man.
So it's programmed with 1900 Q&As of what a consumer and a contractor could ask the engine and then make the recommendation on the ask and the question and to what particular loan parameter. So our first iteration build out failed. The
Okay.
second iteration build out is in process right now of being built into an MVP, which is a minimal viable product for those of you that know software, where we've programmed it to the best of our abilities to the lenders that we have in our portfolio to know that if your customer, John, has a 750 and they'd like the lowest monthly payment possible and the lowest interest rate, that Hey Chris, or also now known as, because we wanted to remove key man risk, Improvifi Advisor makes an advisement based on the questionnaire to which particular loan solution in the portfolio on your mobile app is best to go to.
Hmm.
And we also had the programmability to pull a soft credit pull to know what the credit score was. However, we tested it and it was redundant. Let me explain. So, pulling a soft credit check, and for those of you listening, a soft credit check just simply means you can pull someone's credit without them getting hurt. It's going to tell us what their credit score is and their chances of getting approved at a prime lender or subprime lender are, right? So, we're like, wait a minute. Our lenders, all of the lenders that you go to in the app and scan a QR code and go to, are already doing that. It's a soft credit pull. So, why are we doing a soft credit pull and then another soft credit pull? So a lot of this trial and error was pretty cool. Is like, wait a minute, we should just compete. John, do you know if you have good credit or bad credit?
I do.
I know that I have good credit, not bad credit. So we're like, well, wait, why don't we just let the consumer self-identify through the module and then based on the information that they tell us, make the advisement? Because then if we don't get them approved, whose fault is it? It's the consumer because they lied to us and said that they had an 850 and they have a 450, right? So yes, it's in process. It'll be built into the app at some point. And it listen, I'm only being so transparent with anybody listening to this that none of this shit is easy. You can come up with it in your head and in theory, and you can go to your little AI tools and say, build me this. But there's still the reality that John has a sales pro or a consultant at the point of sale, and the roofing system is 18.5 and that customer ain't got 18.5 and they need to leverage the money from Wall Street to buy this. So there's a couple options. You're going to get a personal loan, you're going to use the equity in your house, you're going to do an unsecured loan, or you're going to slide a credit card because you ain't got cash. So you got to be able to scan a QR code, get a soft credit pull, and get that person approved somehow, some way.
But dude, the other beauty of financing customers though is, if people are actually using their money,
Yeah.
they're only buying what they can really afford, right? Where if they're using somebody else's like yours, right? They're getting all the bells and whistles, all the upgrade. They are signing up for everything. So not only does the ticket price go up and your profit
Yes.
goes up,
Yeah.
but they get like an even better roof system that they can actually pay for in chunks. And like that's the most powerful part of financing, in my opinion, is just getting those upgrades sold, getting them that premier roof instead of the one that they can afford, and just really just wowing them with
Let's let's
how
let's
easy all that
let's
is.
really. This is the first time I've ever done this, and this is because of you, John.
Oh my gosh.
This is all because of you. Let's illustrate. So I'm a customer and I have cash.
Hmm.
You are coming to my house and I have $65. And you come to my house and I put my $65 down on the table and I go, please build me a $65 roofing system. And you go, ah, oh, it's a cash sale. I got the sale. He said, give me a $65 roofing system. I can do that. It's good. Great. My expectations in psychology of a buyer was to buy from you and give you all the money that I had. and I know that it's going to buy me a roofing system. So you got a sale. Now let's go to what you just said. I'm going to finance it through the Improvifi credit card payment processing system. Now your sales pro has the ability to do something. They don't sell a $65 roof anymore. They sell an 85, a 65, and a $125 roof. And we leverage the money through this and let the person pay over time so it's affordable, maybe even with no interest. And we sell them a better roofing system, and we don't just take the cash and run. And that is the beauty of what you just said, is the fact that some people say, well, I'm going to buy from you. Here's the money. And the roofers go, great, we'll do that. These smart roofers are saying, I want to put a better roofing system on. Here's the reasons why. It's going to last longer. It's going to look better. Like whatever the reasons are that you sell the $125 roof. But you know what? We can do it on 120 days, and the payment is going to cost you $12 a month. Or you can use our 18-month or 12-month same as cash with no interest. Which option works better for you? And that is the key on what helps profitability for contractors to make more money, but sell better products at the end of the day to make you feel better about what you do. Like nobody wants to just put on a good roofing system. Nobody just wants a good back patio, a good air conditioner. We really want the best.
Right.
But the financing silly thing is just the leveraging tool, just what you just said, that allows them to put better and best products on their house. And, presenting best, better, good, good, better, best. Which option works best for you? Would you prefer 12 months same as cash or loan with the payment option? Oh, you're going to give me the insurance check? Cool, we'll take that too. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh,
Which way do you think's the right way, Chris? Best, better, good, or good, better, best?
my philosophy's completely changed this year from the teachings of people like Chuck Toki and Adam Bensman and other people. And I was raised on the Rodney Webb theory to do good, better, best. I now will take agreement that best, better, good is better face to face. If you're sending an estimate via email as a follow up, good, better, best is a better option. So best, better, good, face to face, because we're showing the best roofing system and are working way down. If you're sending an email proposal to somebody as a follow up, do good, better, best, because you don't want to scare them in writing at a big price tag.
So for somebody like me that does all digital proposals and stuff, right? Nothing
Yep.
on paper.
Uh-huh. But
You
have
would
you, hold on, have you met with them?
we're doing it right at the kitchen table.
Okay, good. Yep.
So you would say best, better, good
Yes,
in
sir.
those scenarios.
And at the bottom, it doesn't matter what roofing selling system, what CRM, it doesn't matter which one, engage, it doesn't matter what you're selling with. Show the price, show the monthly payment, and show the promo. Let the buyer buy.
Yep.
That's it.
Love it.
And you don't have to be fancy. I met with a guy at RSRA. Great. Oh man, his tool was amazing. I can't remember what it was. Doesn't matter. And we got there and he had what a beautiful page. I was ready to buy a roof and I've never bought a roof. Believe that? I'll be 55 in January. I've owned a bunch of homes. I've never bought a roof. Anyway, which tells you a lot, by the way. I may know everything about, I know a lot about roofs because I was a roofer in Florida in 91, but I know a lot about financing, but I've never bought a roof. I've never had to finance one. Really weird, right? So we get to this guy's proposal. And man, it looked good. And I said, well, wait a minute. That's a big, scary number. It was $48,000. And then it went to 32. Then it ended at 24, I think. And I go, dude, those numbers are huge. What are your customers doing? They're like, it freaks them out. They usually just buy the cheap one. I said, yeah. What? He said, right next to the number where you're scaring them and giving them pause, take that away. Let's turn that $48,000 into 375. And let's take the middle number down to 229 or 299. And let's take your final number down to 180. And I said, let's take some of that apprehensiveness off the point of sale and let's go sell some more. He's like, that's all I need to do. I said, yeah. Now he's not a client. I know who his lender is, but his lender didn't teach him to do this, unfortunately. So hopefully that guy took the advice and went back to his estimating tool and did this. And hopefully he's selling more roofs now. So good shit, man.
Yes, sir. The best.
Good stuff, brother. This is a short TubeCast where we just kind of get on and shoot the shit. Katie will add, how people get a hold of you at Steadfast, and she adds that all in the description here. But anything else you want to say in closing comments so we can get back to worky work?
Man, oh man, if anybody has any fun video ideas, send them our way. We love having fun with that kind of stuff and just adding it to our marketing ideas. We just did a really fun like streaking video that just
I
came out.
saw it. Dude, I saw it, man.
Dude,
Alex Ramosi talks about it. Comedy sells.
yeah. But I mean, I just came up with a new vehicle wrap idea for a cargo van that we just got for our in-house service tech. And dude, we're putting an out like we're putting like a rodeo cowboy riding on the back of an alligator, and it literally is going to say like straight out the swamp, and then just have like swampy sort of muck stuff coming off of our logo. It's going to be so fun. And but
Can
man, like I
I have something to share with you. So Judy's, find her on Instagram, Judy's Cafe. She's an Asian persuasion.
okay.
She does the best comedy, quick 30-second videos I've ever seen in my life. She's absolutely amazing. They're short videos, and all she sells are pancakes. Judy's Cafe on Instagram, viral. And I think that the philosophy of her short, quick, funny, like I imagine you can show a picture of somebody sliding off of a roof, and then all of a sudden it turns into like they fall into a pool, and then it's you getting out of the pool or somebody getting out of the pool and saying, "Hey," like I just her stuff grabs because you're like, "Oh my God, what's about to happen? This person's sliding off the roof," and then boom, somebody lands into a pool and they get out of the pool and they're like, "Hey, it's John with Steadfast Roofs. Don't get up on your roof. It's dangerous. Let us do it for you. Call for a free estimate." Like just something so super impactful of grabbing attention. Wow, that was funny. Holy shit, they landed in a pool. And hey, if you want us to get on your roof because they're very dangerous and slippery, we're here to help. Give us a call for an estimate. I think using comedy, and you guys are so good at because I've been watching your stuff. Do you have a production team or a media team?
Just use Patrick Carr and Blue Collar Media Group, man. Those
Dude,
guys are
dude, tell Pat, and he's right up in Orlando, right? So he comes over to have some fun with that. Follow her, Judy's Cafe, and she does these short clips of it grabs your attention, and then boom, all of you see it's Judy getting up with her pancakes. Hi, Judy Cafe, I have pancakes. That's it, and that is all she does, and they're
people get
viral.
people get canceled for those impressions, Chris.
No.
I'm just playing, man.
Oh, okay. And you've got some places in Tampa because you want to connect 5 Mile Famous with your avatar and your clientele over there. So I think that if you kept it local to your community, as well in your videos, you can really start to grab those people, because they're going to go, "Hey, I know that area. That's the Angry Chair Brewery. Are they still in business on Florida Ave?"
I have no clue, man. I try to stay out of those places.
No, I just know that's like the one place that I know on Florida Ave.
Yeah.
All right, brother, man. I appreciate you so much, John.
Appreciate you.
We're always here to help. So just reach out
Thank you
whenever
for doing
needed.
everything you do, Chris.
Keep plugging away at this thing together, brother.
All right, buddy.
Thanks for joining, man. I'll get this video up here this week. You'll get a copy of it.
Sounds good.
See you soon, my man. Bye bye.